your bill, sir.
What? 14,000 pesos?
One for only, sir.
Price check or eyes check? Go to EO Executive Optical for expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear.
Order for more!
EO Executive Optical. Love your eyes.
Ang buhay na maginhawa ay ang pagpili ng mabuti para sa kalikasan. Dahil 100% biodegradable packaging, siguradong walang bakas na maiiwan para sa malinis at ligtas na bukas.
Mahinang timpla ng semento? May kapakang tiles? May leak at moisture? Basta construction problems. Magtanong para sigurado. Kasi may build right para diyan. May tagas? May tulo? May tumatagos? Basta waterproofing problems. Magtanong para sigurado. Kasi may build right para diyan.
Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. Gawang Pinoy, sikat Pinoy.
Isang magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. And we are here at the UNO High School gym in the heart of Manila City on a Saturday afternoon. We had the opening ceremony earlier for our PCYAA Season 13. Can you believe it? It's already been 13 seasons here in the PCYAA. For our first game, we have the UNO High School Blue Pandas going up against the Grace Christian College Spartans, playing their first game of the season. Sa ating pangalawang laro, we have the Pace Academy going up against St. Stephen High School. That's going to be at 2:30 p.m. And for our main game at 4 o'clock, Jubilee Christian Academy will be facing MGC, who will be gunning for a three-peat dito sa PCYAA Season 13. Muli, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. This is Javi Palanya, joined by Coach Anton De Los Rios. Coach Anton, happy to be working with you again. Kamusta ka?
It has been a minute. I'm doing good. Thank you, Javi. Again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Season 13 of the Philippine Ching Yin Athletic Association. What a year it has been. I could not wait for this season to start.
Yeah, you've been covering the first few game days. This is already the third game day, and we take a look at the participating teams. We have, once again, 9 participating teams dito sa ating 18 under basketball division. We have Grace Christian and UNO High School taking part in our first game. Nasabi na nga natin kanina, MGC will be gunning for their third straight championship.
They are going to be gunning for that back-to-back-to-back, or that three-peat that we're talking about. Another addition to the participating teams, ang Hope Christian High School. So from 8 teams last season, we're gonna have 9 this season 13.
Yeah, if MGC is gunning for that three-peat, who do you think will be the dark horse in those 9 participating teams?
It's gonna be tough to tell, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be UNO High School, the hosts. They did win their first game nung Thursday, so that's a team that we're gonna look out for.
You're taking a look at the 2 teams that will be facing off against each other sa ating first game. But first, let's talk about ang ating tournament format para sa ating 13th season ng PCYAA.
Talked about it, 19 single round robin. Top 2 teams will advance to the semifinal round. The teams ranked 3 to 6 will have that twice to beat advantage for the higher seeded teams sa ating quarterfinals. Sa ating finals naman, they're going to have a best of 3 final series.
So not much of a change from last season's tournament format to now. From the 12th season to the 13th season, halos pareho lang, Coach Anton.
Pareho pa din. Ang only difference is 3 team ngayon ang malalaglag. Last year, 2 teams ang nalaglag. Ngayon, like what I mentioned earlier, 3 teams will not be able to advance.
Well, that just adds to the excitement, and that just means that each game will be even more important para sa mga kupunan that will be participating sa ating 13th season. Ang UNO High School, they've already been able to get their first win of the season. They went up against itong Pace Academy sa kanilang unang laro. That happened last January 15. That was the first overtime game of the season, and what a game that was. They won that game 69-66.
That was a great game indeed. First overtimes ng season, they came from behind to win that game. Talking about itong Uno High School.
And itong Uno High School, no, Coach, they finished last season in 4th place. We'll be talking more about them and Grace Christian College sa ating pagbabalik.
Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. Gawang Pinoy, sikat Pinoy.
Your bill, sir.
What? 14,000 pesos?
One for only, sir.
Price check or eyes check? Go to EO Executive Optical for expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear.
Order for more!
EO Executive Optical, love your eyes.
Ang buhay na maginhawa ay ang pagpili ng mabuti para sa kalikasan. Dahil 100% biodegradable packaging, siguradong walang bakas na maiiwan. Para sa malinis at ligtas na bukas.
Mahinang timpla ng semento? May kapakang tiles? May leak at moisture? Basta construction problems. Magtanong para sigurado. Kasi may build right para diyan. May tagas? May tulo? May tumatagos? Basta waterproofing problems. Magtanong para sigurado. Kasi may build right para diyan.
Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. Gawang Pinoy, sikat Pinoy.
Your bill, sir.
What? 14,000 pesos?
One for only, sir.
Price check or eyes check? Go to EO Executive Optical for expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear.
Order for more!
EO Executive Optical, love your eyes.
Ang buhay na maginhawa ay ang pagpili ng mabuti para sa kalikasan. Dahil 100% biodegradable packaging, siguradong walang bakas na maiiwan. Para sa malinis at ligtas na bukas.
Mahinang timpla ng semento? May kapakang tiles? May leak at moisture? Basta construction problems. Magtanong para sigurado. Kasi may build right para diyan. May tagas? May tulo? May tumatagos? Basta waterproofing problems. Magtanong para sigurado. Kasi may build right para diyan.
Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. Gawang Pinoy, sikat Pinoy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the UNO High School Gymnasium for Season 13 of the Philippine Xingyan Athletic Association. It's the first game of our triple header in the 18 and under division between the UNO High School Blue Pandas against Grace Christian College Spartans. Now it's time to meet the starting lineups for both teams. First, for UNO High School Blue Pandas. At guard number 1, Eric Lin. Another guard number 7, JB Yu. At forward number 0, Justin Lin. Another forward number 13, Marcus Chua. And the man in the middle, number 12, Jarvis Murray. The coach for UNO High School is Matthew Yu. Now let's meet the starters for Grace Christian College Spartans. At guard, number 2, Jeremiah Gastador. Another guard, number 17, Jacob To. And forward, number 8, Dan Nai. Another forward, number 24, Kenzo Centeno. And at center, number 16, Trevor Kwai. The coach for Grace Christian College is Robert Guevara. Our referees for today's match, Crew Chief.
Let's meet our starters for both UNO High School and Grace Christian College. We have Lin, Yu, Mari, Chua, and also Jay Lim para dito sa Blue Pandas. Sa kabilang panig naman, the Spartans who are playing their first game of the season have Gastadoro, To, Kwan, Nang, and Centeno. Those are the starters for Grace Christian College and UNO High School. This is the first game of our Saturday triple header dito sa PCYAA Saturday. We had our opening ceremonies earlier before our first game. Itong UNO High School Blue Pandas na mention na nga natin sa ating pre-game kanina. They already played their first game of the season, winning 69-66 in overtime against Pace Academy. By the way, this is Sammy Palanya, joined by Coach Anton De Los Reyes. Coach Anton, you were able to watch that first game. You covered that game. The first overtime game of the season. And how did that go about?
We did mention it. It was at the top of the broadcast that itong UNO High School got their first win against Pace Academy. They were actually down by as much as 23 points in that game, all the way from the tip-off up until the middle part of the fourth quarter, where they staged that comeback. And they were able to tie that game up. Jarvis Murray coming up big. 22 points, 22 rebounds, 6 blocks on an efficient 10 out of 16 field goals. So that's something to take note of in this game, because he is going to be matched up against Trevor Kwan. The other big for Grace Christian College, the Spartans. This is their debut game, finishing number 8 last season sa PCYAA season number 12.
That was dead last, Coach. So no wins para sa kanila. But of course, I'm sure Coach Robert Guevara has other things in mind. He is much more optimistic about this season. Has a lot more pieces into sa kanyang roster in terms of season 13 dito sa PCYAA. But still scoreless in our first minute and a half dito sa ating first quarter. UNO getting the first basket of this game. Jumper from the left side, that's off the mark. Not hitting anything from the baseline was UNO High School. There's going to be a chance for the Spartans to get their first basket. The Blue Pandas in their white uniforms, they get the steal here. Floater no good galing kay Lim. That's a steal for the guys in maroon. They get the ball back. A chance to set up in the half court for the Spartans. Drive in the lane. The drop off. Centeno draws the foul. That's going to be 2 shots para sa kanya.
I like what Jeremiah Gastador did on that particular possession. Going inside, dropping it off at the last minute. Once he attracted the defense, was able to go for that drive and drop play.
At nakikita mo talaga, Coach Anton, from last season to now, just the way that these Spartans are coming into this season, yung body language nila iba eh. Kasi last year, makikita mo, parang papasok pa lang sila ng court. Alam mo na, may feeling ka na parang yung wala masyadong desire para manalo eh.
They were a bit tentative last season, I would say, as younger players. But Coach RJ did mention na may mga improvements din talaga. Like Kenzo Centeno, who was at the line earlier. Malaking improvement daw yan from last year.
He split his charities. It's 2-1 in the early goings of this game. Coach Guevara egging his players to get into their front court. Instead, they will set things up. Gastador to the middle. Kwan just below the free throw line. That jumper is good para sa kanya.
Oh, look at that flash to the middle. Trevor Kwan, he's gotten leaner from last year. I was talking again to the coaching staff. They really did focus on his conditioning the whole year of last year to get ready for season 13.
Leaner and more muscle, Coach, I have to say.
Leaner and meaner.
Yes, sir. That is exactly how you should put it.
Parang katawan mo lang. Lean and mean.
Parang ikaw, Coach, idol kasi kita eh.
Wala. Payat to, payat. Buto-buto.
Kwan trying to bully ball his way inside. He was quashed by the defense. Gastador gets swatted away by the interior. The Blue Pandas into their own goal. Foul drawn there by John Benson Yu.
Nothing Jacob To could do on that particular attack by JBU. Back-to-back blocks on Jarvis Mary. You see that fast break attack and that foul.
Jacob To, the guilty party on that play. JBU.
Last game, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, double-double performance. One of the catalysts of that comeback in their last game against Space Academy Pacers.
These Blue Pandas, Coach, they belong to a very rich tradition. They belong to a long line of really great and notable basketball alumni. To settles for that floater off the glass a little bit short.
Tough to get a shot off. That was Jarvis Mary. He wanted to try and attack.
Yu gets fouled on the head. 2 shots coming up. Both teams giving up fouls here in the first few minutes of this game.
I like the aggressiveness of John Benson Yu. He's attacking the basket, getting at the free throw line. And that's what you want to see from your players. You want them to start strong. You don't want to fall behind like what they did in the last game where they had to play catch-up.
Now this is where majority of Uno's points have been coming from that 15-foot parallel. 5-3 now, lamang ng dalawa ang Blue Pandas. Almost 4 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. To trapped here on the sideline. Uno really trying their best to force turnovers. A little 1-2-1-1 setup in the full court, and then they still try to trap in the half court using that sideline as another defender.
And that's pretty much the strategy that they're going for. You want to funnel the offense on that sideline to act as a third defender.
Gastador, the jump pass inside. Lang forces that one up. Mari pushes it to Yu, but they turn the ball over. To, that's gonna be easy pickings, but a sorry miss para sa kanya. They get it back. Lang also misses. 2 straight sorry misses for the Spartans. Centeno, kung ano pa yung mahirap, yun pa yung pumasok.
Ayaw sa madali. Gusto ng mahirap, talking about Centeno. That was Kenzo third time's the charm para dito sa Grace Christian College.
2-1 quarter court press here for the Spartans. They force a miss. 5-all as we approach the halfway point of quarter number 1. How are you liking the intensity so far here in the first quarter, Coach Anton?
You gotta love how these kids are playing. I gotta say, I wouldn't say kids, but these boys, they're playing hard. They want to be able to put a good showing here in the opening.
Coach RJ Guevara will be calling a ceasefire here. 5 minutes and 34 remaining here in quarter number 1. This timeout is called by Hungry Paris. Time muna.
Your bean, sir.
Let's take a look at our defensive play of the game here in this first quarter. Ang depensang tatak, build right solution for professional builders.
That was Jarvis Mary coming up big in this game defensively as per usual. All 3 blocks sa kanya yan, ha? Jarvis Mary.
Nagbabalik tayo dito sa Don Domingo YouTube Gym here in Uno High School. Uno is the host for the 13th season of our PCYAA. Happy Panana, joined by Coach Anton de los Reyes. Jarvis Mary getting that basket just below the elbow, giving the lead back to the Blue Pandas.
And you like what they're doing. Jarvis Mary flashing to the 15-foot area to get that mid-range to go.
Oh, he's doing everything a big man is supposed to do here in quarter number 1 para sa Uno High School. He initiated that offensive by getting the rebound, and JBU gets that 3-point shot to go.
And you like how they're mixing up the offense that time. JBU knocking down a 3-pointer from the right wing.
That defense is really making it difficult para dito sa Spartans in the interior. Mari had to double clutch it. A stop for Grace. They're pushing it. Yu forces it up. That's a right-hand finish para kay Jacob To.
That time, Jacob To pushing the pedal to the metal. Did not look back. Made sure he was going to get that fast break transition layup.
Tatlo ang kalamangan dito ng Uno High School. That's another whistle inside. Is that a foul? Yes, it's a foul.
Going to be on Dan Nang reaching in. They had that good double. They were able to collapse on the defense.
Take a look at our 3-point shot brought to us by Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. JBU, he has been the catalyst for Uno High School, just like he was in that comeback in their overtime victory against Pace.
That's a tough matchup. Jarvis Mary again going inside, head and shoulders above the defense.
Trevor Kwan, ball fake, couple of dribbles. Called for steps there. One too many, laban kay Trevor Kwan.
Going for a series of up fakes against Jarvis Mary. Smartly, Jarvis not biting.
This is our assist of the game here in the first quarter. Clear and sharp vision on that assist brought to us by EO Optical.
On the other end, Jarvis Mary attacking the basket, attacking the defense of Trevor Kwan, going for that up fake. But Trevor Kwan biting on that one, getting him up in the air. The bump, the contact. Gonna try to get a couple of points here at the 15-foot line.
Pangalawa na yan, laban kay Trevor Kwan, Coach Anton. But still, coaching staff of Grace opting to leave him inside.
Well,
despite that.
Yeah, they need to match up against Jarvis Mary. Right? It's one of those things wherein if you're the coach, you're just gonna go for that gamble. Kasi eventually, iisipin mo, baka naman iupo na si Jarvis, mapagod na rin, tsaka ako na iuubo si Trevor.
Jarvis Mary so far, 6 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, a couple of blocks as well.
Filling up the stat sheet is again Jarvis Mary.
Second free throw is no good, but the Blue Pandas up by 5 points here. Grace looking for an answer. Tan on the right side, behind the line. That's off to the right.
Only one crack at the basket para dito sa Grace. Jarvis Mary controlling the boards.
2-3 zone para dito sa Spartans. Shua fakes the 3. JBU doesn't. Rattles that one home. What about JBU here in the first, Coach Anton?
And just that handoff. Same spot, same result. JBU, he's on target today.
9 puntos na para dito kay JBU. If in their last game, it took him a while to get him going. But here sa first quarter pa lang, talagang kumakamada na. Ito si JBU. He's featured here in our 3-point shot brought to us by Jumbo Plastic Linoleum.
They're just really recognizing that JBU is going to be open off of that pin down that baseline coming off that screen.
And here he is once again on the right side. Gives it up to Lim. Shua down low. Mari, this time he's double teamed. Grace forces a traveling violation against Uno's premier big man.
That's better defense, and you mentioned it earlier, 2-3 defense. That's to be able to help out the fact that your big man is in trouble. That's why you drop in that 2-3 zone.
Well, Grace is getting the stop, Coach, but they haven't been able to convert offensively.
It's one thing to get the stop, it's another to be able to capitalize on those stops.
Gastador hitting nothing on that shot, tried to save it, but to the wrong guy. C, little sidestep on the left side, right hand finish no good. Grace trying to chip away at this 8-point advantage. Centeno, the drop off, last touch on the maroon shirts.
A bit too late on that drop pass was Kenzo. I would surmise he could have pulled up for that one, as the defense was really sagging, looking for that pass down the baseline.
You can say, Coach, that conditioning-wise, Grace looking so much better in that department, but you could still see there's still some problems decision-making-wise.
Well, it is one of those things at this age level, at this 18 under, they are going to get better. They are going to understand the reads, the types of passes you need to give up, the types of shots that you need to take.
Especially that shot right there by Kenzo Centeno, who has 3 points so far in this game. C floats it up and in off the back. This is now a 10-point advantage for the Blue Pandas.
And that was a broken play. They were able to get that deflection, just unable to recover. Uno, the Blue Pandas, just quicker to the ball, more pep in their step in today's game.
Remember, Grace Christian had no victories in Season 12, and they're looking to get their first win of the season in their first game here against the Uno High School Blue Pandas. But currently, the guys in white up by 10 points.
That maroon uniform reminding you of anything?
Yes, sir. It's reminding me of a little bit of a heartbreak from a few months ago. Yu gets it up. That one's short. Offensively, the Spartans still hindi sila makabutas.
Just finding it tough to puncture that defense like we talked about.
But this guy, he's experiencing quite the opposite. JBU, another conversion from almost the same spot, Coach.
3 3-pointers on that right wing, and they are spamming that right wing for JBU for those 3-pointers.
First guy in twin digits in this game already with 12 markers. And he gets the rebound here, talking about JBU. A difference of about 6 seconds between game clock and shot clock. You will let this clock run out here. 10 on their 24. Grace sticking with the zone. They give it back to JBU. Swings it to the left. A shot by the lefty. C could not get it to drop. Sorry, that was Chua. Centeno gets it to Nang. Floats it up off the heel. Wala na oras para sa Uno. And that's going to do it for our first quarter of action. There's so much intensity to begin this game, Coach, but eventually Uno High School stamping their class against Grace Christian College.
Well, talk about stamping their class. Their 3-point shooting waxing hot. was John Benson Yu teaming up with, of course, Jarvis Mary in today's ball game. You're also looking at the way they're playing defense. Again, Jarvis Mary, the anchor on the defense para dito sa Uno, as you see JBU with that three-pointer, 3 from that right wing.
12 points already to lead all scorers in this game. They are up by 13 points, 20-7.
What? 14,000 pesos?
One for only, sir.
Price check or eyes check? Go to EO Executive Optical for expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear.
Order for more!
EO Executive Optical, love your eyes.
Ang buhay na maginhawa ay ang pagpili ng mabuti para sa kalikasan. Dahil 100% biodegradable packaging, siguradong walang bakas na maiiwan. Para sa malinis at ligtas na bukas.
Back inside the Don Domingo U2 gym here in Uno High School in the heart of Manila City. Abby Balanya joined by Coach Anton de los Reyes. Third game day of your PCYAA season 13. First quarter already in the books between Grace Christian College, who are playing their first game of the season up against your hosts, the Uno High School Blue Pandas. Uno already 1-0. They got their first win against Space Academy in overtime as January 15. Your thoughts on that first quarter, Coach?
Three-point shooting, JBU just making it difficult para dito sa Grace Christian College. The Spartans to try and get their offense going. They struggled. Talking about itong Grace, 3 out of 19, that's 15% from the field.
But this is
Grace.
definitely a welcome sign para sa Spartans. This is our three-point shot brought to us by Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. They opened up this second quarter with a three-point shot of their own.
Look, if Uno High School was able to come back from 23 points down, I am not going to be surprised if Grace Christian College can go ahead and come back.
But the bench also showing signs of significant contributions here in the second quarter as Marcus Chua gets his first deuce of this game. Quick steal here for the Blue Pandas. Pero baliktad ang pektos dun para kay Ivan Kai. Gastador gets it into their front court. He picks up his dribble to the dismay of Coach Robert Guevara. They still have it here. It's a foul called against Uno.
I like what they're doing, talking about it of Grace Christian College. They are still attacking that basket. They did knock down a three-pointer, but they're not falling in love with that three-point shot. You want to be able to take it a couple of points at a time.
Like the next ball, the official game ball, PCYAA season 13, made for the game anytime, anywhere. These guys are so lucky to be playing in a league that's so well taken care of, and you have officials who are really making sure that these guys play under such excellent conditions. Tsaka yung mga sponsors, bigatin na bigatin.
Bigatin na bigatin talaga. Tsaka napakadami.
Yes.
The support is there. Talking about the Philippine Qingyin Athletic Association.
And we're very blessed to also be covering games for the PCYAA. Imagine 13 seasons already.
You did the opening last year.
Yes, sir.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir. Also did a few games after that, and I'm happy to be back for season 13. 22-12 is the score here in the second quarter between Grace and Uno High School. Trevor Kwan, this is the guy na inaasahan. Coach Robert Guevara, he gets it on the second serving.
And he has to make his presence felt now because Jarvis Mary is sitting on the bench, and 2 fouls yan for Trevor Kwan. And when you think about it, that's a gamble by Coach RJ Guevara.
You see here his last basket against 2 defenders here. Might have even been fouled on that first attempt, but he gets the offensive rebound and gets that second serving to drop. You're right, Coach. Now that Jarvis Mary is on that bench, and more so because he is playing with 2 fouls, he has to make his presence felt. Kasi kailangan sulitin niya na yung gamble, no? Ni Coach RJ Guevara.
But if you look at it now, Jarvis Mary, binalik na ni Coach Matt Yu.
Well, Coach Matt, he recognizes the threat that Trevor Kwan poses para dito sa Grace against Uno, and Jarvis Mary trying to neutralize that threat in Trevor Kwan. But another foul called here against Uno. This is also kind of the way we started our first quarter. Some whistles being called on both teams.
Not like what I'm seeing from Grace Christian College. Again, they are attacking the basket, not falling in love with a three-pointer. This lead is now down from a high of 13. They've cut it down to just 9 points.
What's your take, Coach, on kids these age really trying to veer away from the three-point shot?
If you're gonna ask me personally on my take, I'm not that fond of the three-point shot. I like the mid-range game. I like attacking the basket, getting the 2 points. At this age, okay lang eh. Okay lang that you attack the basket. It's okay for you to get that mid-range game going. Eventually, you are gonna develop that three-point shot as you get older.
And many basketball pundits, many basketball experts, especially in the higher levels, as we see a basket there for the Spartans that cuts the lead down to just 7. They think that getting baskets inside is a good way for you to get your rhythm outside.
It is. You want to be able to start that off. Try to get, if we're going to reference a shooter, Steph Curry. He likes to go inside first, and then from there, he'll pull back and try to get his shots outside.
Let's see if Grace Christian College can duplicate that kind of principle here in the first half. They draw another foul here against the Blue Pandas. That's team foul number 3 for Uno, by the way, here in the second.
Better defense being shown by Grace Christian College. Better offense. They have jacked up their field goal percentage. I mentioned 15% nung first quarter. Ngayon, second quarter, they're up to 26% after that shot by Dan Nang.
Scoring points 4 and 5 para sa kanya sa laro na to. That was an excellent inbounds play from the baseline for the Spartans. They give up the foul here. This lead though, down to just 5 points para sa Uno High School. Kaya lang shooting foul lang itinawag laban sa Spartans. That's why 2 free throws will be awarded here to Justin Lim.
Just like what we mentioned, or just when we mentioned that they're playing a better defense, a foul is committed.
It happens, Coach. It happens. No matter what level we cover, it happens. You say something and the players do the exact same opposite.
Another phenomenon or thing that we notice, kung kunyari ang nakashoot. Like earlier, si Dan Nang nakashoot. Pagbalik sa baba, siya yung makaka-foul. I don't know if you noticed that as well because you've been in the higher leagues. But it happens. It's quite funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, creation or higher beings, trying to play coy with us. Trevor Kwan right here, strong off the glass, gets his own miss and once again gets it on the second try. What about Trevor Kwan, Coach? You mentioned that he has to make his presence felt. Well, what do you think right now?
That's what he's doing. 6 points now, 6 rebounds. And that was over the outstretched arms of Jarvis Mary. Jarvis Mary playing excellent defense. You'll see it here. He'll get the offensive board off of that miss. Jarvis Mary just keeping his hands up. But Trevor Kwan, just like his dad, Dexter, doing a great job inside. Shout out to Dexter Kwan, the father of Trevor.
Who's also quite strong inside himself. Huh?
Yep.
Mari, ooh, this is a big call. He draws foul number 3 on Trevor Kwan.
You kinda knew it was coming. You kinda knew it was coming because Jarvis Mary wanted to get back that 2 points that Trevor Kwan got on him earlier.
Coach RJ Guevara looking to the bottom of his bench. And he pulls out Dan Lang, who is set to check in at the next dead ball. Mari, it's the second one to go. Lang halos hindi na nga umupo sa kanilang bench. Pumasok muli para kay Trevor Kwan here. Spartans down by 5 points.
Probably got about a minute of rest earlier, a couple of minutes.
He's going to try to anchor both the offense and the defense here in the absence of Trevor Kwan, who has just picked up 3 fouls here in the first half. A stop here for the Blue Pandas. Lim trying to finish strong with the left hand. That's no good. 5 minutes and 13 remaining in the first half. Dan Lang trying to get it underneath the arms of Jarvis Mari, but no avail. Quickly on the other side, both teams playing helter-skelter basketball here. We're going one way and the other in quick fashion.
It's like we're watching a tennis match, going left to right, left to right. I like what Grace is doing, Grace Christian College. You're attacking the basket. At some point, you have to be able to pull up because you can't keep attacking Jarvis Mari because he's a smart player. He's not going to fall for those drives and he's not going to swing his arms. He's going to play honest defense.
However, you see that look of frustration in his face. You can tell talaga nang hinayang siya dun sa last play na yun. He was called for a travel there.
The defense collapsing on the interior, stopping him from driving from the outside to get inside. Not how you want to attack the defense of Grace Christian College.
And that's also not how you want to be inbounding the basketball by turning the ball over. That's turnover number 9 that Uno was able to convert into 2 points. Timeout muna tayo dito, called by Hungry Pares. Time muna.
Mahinang timpla ng semento? May kapakang tiles? May leak at moisture? Basta construction problems. Magtanong para sigurado. Kasi may build right para diyan. May tagas? May tulo? May tumatagos? Basta waterproofing problems. Magtanong para sigurado. Kasi may build right para diyan.
Babalik ang inyong PCYAA Season 13. This is our defensive play of the game, of the quarter rather. Depends ang tatak build right solution for professional builders. 28-21 is the count. Past the halfway point of quarter number 2 dito sa ating unang laro ng ating Saturday triple header. Javi Palanya joined by Coach Anton de los Reyes. Uno maintaining a 7-point lead here, Coach Anton. You know, Grace showing some signs of life, but Uno, nakakasagot sila dito with their main players coming back into the floor in Jarvis Mari and JBU.
Hey, you talked about it. Grace showing some signs of life. Cut that deficit, that 13-point lead, down to just 3 points. And then that third foul of Trevor Kwan. That was a big development. And from there, eto, Uno again. Waxing hot, getting some steals, getting some buckets. Marcus Chua, earlier prior to that timeout, getting that steal and then finishing.
Jeremiah Gastador back inside for the Spartans with Blake Spalding, the official game ball, the PCYAA Season 13. Made for the game anytime, anywhere. JBU to the right side, a quick trigger. That spot has been absolutely money for the Blue Pandas. That is high this time for the Blue Pandas.
I am going to repeat myself. They've been spamming that right wing. That's the 5th three-pointer on that right wing para dito sa Uno High School.
But Nang answering with 2 points for the Spartans. It's an 8-point lead for the Blue Pandas. Kai, he had that 3-point shot earlier. JBU, he has been the hot hand for Uno High School in this game. Short on the 3-point shot. Offensive rebound for the guys in white and blue. Jarvis Mari. Pinahihirapan siya dun ni Centeno. That's going to be last touch on Jarvis.
A good entry pass coming from JBU.
This is another three-point shot of the game brought to us by Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. Uno High School has had a number of these in this game. Uno forcing another turnover here. What happens to Spartans?
That full court press really doing a number against Grace Christian College in this first half.
Yeah, this is one thing that I really don't miss watching high school level basketball. It's being able to play against pressure defenses like this. I have had that experience of being the point guard playing against pressure defenses like this.
It is tough once you get that rhythm going, once they've gotten that knack for getting and playing the passing lanes perfectly. Talking about itong Uno High School, that's what they're doing in this game, making it difficult for the Spartans.
Centeno, sidestep, left hand finish is good para sa kanya. Kenzo Centeno, 7 points, 5 rebounds in this game.
How do you like that reverse using his offhand to finish? Kenzo Centeno, Coach RJ talked about it. He has improved a lot.
Tingnan natin na fast break of the quarter. Driving to the basket na parang naka-BYD. Get yours at Hexagon Motors BYD Valenzuela. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, before they used to frown on off-leg finishes, but that has been so much been practiced nowadays, right?
Nakakaano kasi ng timing yan because if you're going to be basic about basketball, that 1-2, if you're going to go up with your right, it has to be your right leg. If it's you're going up for your left, it's your left leg. Pero pag kinontra-tempo mo yan, nawawala yung defender sa timing.
Kahit ako, madalas ko yung ginagawa. That's actually one of my favorite moves.
The wrong foot. That's the wrong foot take off, that layup.
Another turnover here for the Spartans. They've had a bunch of that in this game. 12 turnovers for Grace Christian College sa laro na to, Coach Anton. There's going to be a timeout brought to us by Hungry Pares. Time muna.
Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. Gawang Pinoy, sikat Pinoy.
This is our EO assist of the quarter. Clear and sharp vision on that assist brought to us by EO Executive Optical. Uno High School Blue Pandas looking to get their second victory in the early goings of Season 13 at the PCYAA. This time they're going up against Grace Christian College. Uno winning their first game of this year's tournament against Pace Academy last January 15 in overtime. Coach Anton, you cover that match, and from that last game to now, are there any improvements? Are there anything else that they can improve on from that last game?
Oh yeah, for Uno, I think they've addressed that slow start in this game. They started out strong, they started out quick. Now they're able to knock down their three-pointers. A big adjustment is Marcus Chua coming off the bench. I believe Marcus, he's the spark plug off the bench. That's why natutuloy yung intensity. Pagka pinasok siya, meron ulit panibagong gagawa for Coach Matthew Yu.
Pero ito, hindi na itong bagong gumagawa para sa Uno High School. Jarvis Mari continues his reign of terror here against the Grace Christian College Spartans.
No Trevor Kwan. Jarvis Mari just feasting inside. You're going to see it right there. I'm going to say it again. Head and shoulders above the rest. Etong si Jarvis Mari.
Oh, naunahan pa siya ni Marcus Chua to get into double figures, but he becomes the third guy in twin digits here for the Blue Pandas in this game. Now with 11 points after that three-point play conversion. That's another steal here for the Blue Pandas. Kai has been a catalyst on both sides of the floor, getting steals and making baskets.
And that's just too easy if we talk about it. That full court press, your first pass, you gotta be more careful, you gotta be more patient in finding that open receiver.
Apart from that, Coach, what is the most crucial thing that players should be very wary about when going up against any kind of full court zone presses?
For full court zone presses, if you want to look at it, if it's one-on-one, you have to be able to defeat or beat your defender one-on-one. If that trap is coming, you have to know where it's coming from and who that open player is going to be. You gotta make those crisp passes. You want to be able to attack that full court press.
Kenzo Centeno makes the first free throw. 14-28 the Maggie score dito. Minute and 23 remaining in the first half. I think you mentioned it right, Coach. Crisp passes. I think that's really one of the things that Grace hasn't been able to do much of, especially when they give up those turnovers.
Right? Again, it's a bit of that tentativeness because the pressure is getting to them at this point of the ball game because of that press of Uno High School.
That's a travel against Kenzo Centeno. Gastador giving up that pass, expecting a quick attack by Kenzo. However, the Spartans giving up their 14th turnover of the game. Under a minute to play here in the second. JBU looking inside. That's a foul against the maroon shirts. Renzo Tan will be called for that personal.
They say it's downstairs before that attempt. No, it wasn't on Jarvis Mary. It was on GNC. I thought it was going to be a foul against that attempt of Jarvis Mary on the offensive board.
GNC, 3 points, 3 rebounds so far. I don't think he saw action in their last game against Space.
He did, just a few minutes, was able to score 2 points during that game.
Uno just continues to make it difficult para dito sa Grace to cross the timeline. They don't look like they're gonna stop anytime soon.
If it's working, why stop doing it? It goes with that adage, if it ain't broke, why fix it? And you talked about it, the conditioning of these players, just top-notch. Also an air-conditioned venue.
Yeah.
Very comfortable, like what we were talking about as well.
However, Uno was called for that foul. Kaya lang ganang mintis dun sa kanyang unang free throw. He sinks the second. This lead was down to just 3 points, by the way, earlier here in the second. 40 seconds to go here at quarter number 2. Kai behind the line, rolls off the rim, offensive rebound for Uno High School. Jarvis Mari gets it, third try, and he was fouled on the way up. And ito si Renzo Tan having his hands up in the air saying, saan? Sino?
And it's really going to be tough against Jarvis Mari. It's a matter of you being able to box out. And we always say this as coaches, you have to box out, but it's not that easy. Because look at how strong Jarvis Mari is. You know how big he is. Hindi naman din ganun kadali na iusok mo yan to be able to get better position.
He's nearing a double-double already as we wind down our first half dito sa ating laro. 14 points, 9 rebounds already para sa kanya. Make that 15 markers for this big man who is sure to have a bright future ahead of him. Ball knocked out of bounds, 46-29. A chance at the last shot, possibly here in the first half for the Spartans. Tactical substitutions inside for Coach RJ Guevara. Trevor Kwan comes back in with 3 personal fouls. 16 on their shot clock.
Trevor Kwan being inserted for offensive purposes.
Gastador, Centeno, Tan, and Centeno also inside here for Coach RJ Guevara. Nang also in the game, but that ball didn't really move around there for Grace. 7 seconds left. Jarvis almost lost it. Kai recovers. Fall away jumper. Lim could not get that one to go. That was short. And that's going to do it for our first half. Our first 2 quarters saw some signs of life galing dito sa Grace Christian College Spartans, but majority of the way, itong Uno High School using their defense to fuel their offense.
Off the bench, Marcus Jacob Chua with 10 points. You see him there getting those steals and those buckets. Trevor Kwan trying his best to lead this team and get them back into the game. As you see here, Kenzo Centeno, that lovely fast break and the offhand finish.
Yeah, all is not lost here for Grace Christian College. Gaya na sinabi mo nga kanina, Coach, if Uno was able to come back from a huge double-digit deficit in their last game against Space, who's not to say that Grace can do the same in this one? They're only down by 17 points, 46-29 at the half.
Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. Gawang Pinoy, sikat Pinoy.
Your bill, sir.
What? 40,000 pesos?
One for only, sir.
Price check or eyes check? Go to EO Executive Optical for expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear.
Order for more!
EO Executive Optical, love your eyes.
Ang buhay na maginhawa ay ang pagpili ng mabuti para sa kalikasan. Dahil 100% biodegradable packaging, siguradong walang bakas na maiiwan. Para sa malinis at ligtas na bukas.
Mahinang timpla ng semento? May kapakang tiles? May leak at moisture? Basta construction problems. Magtanong para sigurado. Kasi may build right para diyan. May tagas? May tulo? May tumatagos? Basta waterproofing problems. Magtanong para sigurado. Kasi may build right para diyan.
Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. Gawang Pinoy, sikat Pinoy.
Your bill, sir.
What? 14,000 pesos?
One for only, sir.
Price check or eyes check? Go to EO Executive Optical for expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear.
Order for more!
EO Executive Optical, love your eyes.
Ang buhay na maginhawa ay ang pagpili ng mabuti para sa kalikasan. Dahil 100% biodegradable packaging, siguradong walang bakas na maiiwan. Para sa malinis at ligtas na bukas.
Mahinang timpla ng semento? May kapakang tiles? May leak at moisture? Basta construction problems. Magtanong para sigurado. Kasi may build right para diyan. May tagas? May tulo? May tumatagos? Basta waterproofing problems. Magtanong para sigurado. Kasi may build right para diyan.
Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. Gawang Pinoy, sikat Pinoy.
Halftime now between UNO High School and Grace Christian College. This is the third game day of your PCYAA season 13 here at the Don Domingo U2 Gym in UNO High School. Happy Palanya joined by Coach Anton de los Reyes. It's 46-29 between UNO and Grace here, Coach. So far, UNO really dominating with their defense.
Dominating indeed. They've not only in their defense but also on their offense. We saw there in the first half their three-point shooting waxing hot. JBU knocking down 3 3-pointers, but of course not to be discounted. The dominance of Jarvis Tyler Mary in this ball game. 41% for Uno High School. That's a testament to the efficiency in today's ball game. Habang ito namang Grace Christian College still struggling on offense, trying to get their bearings. I'm going to chalk it to first game jitters as you see the assist department like what we talked about. 13 assists for Uno High School, 8 for Grace Christian College. The efficiency, just the overall well-oiled machine of Coach Matt Yu. 28 to 25 rebounds, turnover department, not that far behind is Uno High School with 9, 14 for Grace Christian College.
You see there the leading scorers. You talked about Jarvis Mari. Uno High School already with 3 guys in double figures. Mari Yu and Shua with 15, 12, and 10 respectively. On the other side, it's Dan Nang carrying the load para sa Spartans. Trevor Kwan, you were talking about how he has to make his presence felt here, Coach, in this game. He had 6 points in the first 2 quarters, but he was saddled with foul trouble. He got 3 fouls in those first 2 quarters.
That's the tough part. Sinugal na nga yan ni Coach RJ. The whole first quarter, pinalaro niya majority of the second until he got that 3rd foul in the second. And what was painful was that lead was down to 3 points from a high of 13, 24 to 21. But yun nga, Trevor Kwan had to sit down because of his 3rd personal foul. Hopefully, we'll get to see more of Trevor Kwan. Hopefully, he'll be able to take care of his foul situation to make a ball game out of this one.
Second half now underway here between the Spartans and the Blue Pandas. It's 46 to 29. We have To, Centeno, Nang, Juan, and ito si Gastador starting the 3rd quarter for Coach RJ Guevara. On the other side, it's Lim, Mari, Yu. We also have, I think this is Chua also para dito sa Uno High School. Sorry, no, it's Lim. Yes, and Chua for the Blue Pandas. Coach Matt. Chua behind the line. Try to get it off the glass. Di ko alam kung sadya yun, but that's to no avail for Uno High School. Di pa gumagalaw ang score natin with a minute already gone by here in the 3rd quarter. Aside from trying to take care of that basketball, Coach, para dito sa Grace Christian College, what do you want to see aside from that para sa Spartans?
Well, I want to be able to see Trevor Kwan getting those touches inside. And if he's not going to get those touches inside, just try to play decoy. Try to get Jarvis Mari a bit further out so that his teammates can attack the basket. We've known etong Grace for being able to attack the basket, and I want them to still exploit that minus Jarvis Mari inside.
Just right on you. This kid just continues to wow us with his excellent play on both sides of the basketball. He got his 6th block earlier. Take a look at this. This is our defensive play of the quarter. Depends on Tatak Build Right solution for professional builders. That is block number 6 for Jarvis Mari. And on the other side, he gets a 3-point play opportunity.
Are we going to go on a triple-double watch? I think we should.
We can definitely. We definitely can. 3-point play completed for Jarvis Mari. 18 points in the game, 11 rebounds, 6 blocks. Pwede pa nga yata, Coach, we could chalk it up to a desire for a quadruple-double.
You want him to get greedy. Javi wants Jarvis Mari to get greedy.
Coach, with the way that he's playing, it is not mission impossible.
Why not? Right? He's going to be able to go and do that.
Jarvis Mari could not get that one to drop against a multitude of defenders. That time he was facing 3 maroon shirts in the interior. This lead has ballooned to 20 points. This guy has to make something happen, and he does there. That's Trevor Kwan for the Grace Christian College Spartans.
That's great individual effort from Trevor Kwan, just matching up against Jarvis Mari. Remember, he had Kenzo Centeno who was cutting down baseline for that high-low.
They forced a stop, but they could not complete it with a defensive rebound. Offensive rebound on the left side there for the Blue Pandas, leading to an easy basket. Timeout muna tayo dito, brought to us by Hungry Pares. Time muna.
Your bill, sir.
What? 14,000 pesos?
One for only, sir.
Price check or eyes check? Go to EO Executive Optical for expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear.
Order for more!
EO Executive Optical, love your eyes.
Ang buhay na maginhawa ay ang pagpili ng mabuti para sa kalikasan. Dahil 100% biodegradable packaging, siguradong walang bakas na maiiwan para sa malinis at ligtas na bukas.
This is our fan of the game brought to us by Tai Chi. Relax ka muna with Tai Chi. Pain-free ang ating fan of the game dahil sa Tai Chi liniment. Take a look at our fans here inside the Don Domingo YouTube Gym inside the UNO High School. Our hosts for Season 13 na ating PCYAA. Javi Balanya on the call, joined by Coach Anton de los Reyes. This lead has ballooned to 20 points for the Blue Pandas in this game. They're gunning for win number 2 in the early goings of Season 13.
So far, so good para dito sa UNO High School. Sino man ang makakalaban ni Jarvis Mari, kailangan ng Tai Chi.
Panigurado yan, Coach. Dahil hindi lang isa, hindi lang dalawa, hindi na nga lang tatlo, minsan 4 pa ang bumabantay sa kanya.
That's how much defense he commands, talking about Jarvis Mari once he gets that ball down low. It's almost automatic if you're going to cover him one-on-one.
Is this something that you are expecting to see often here for UNO High School in this tournament, for JBU and Jarvis Mari to be the focal points of the offense? You know, JBU was the one who's kind of instigated the flow and rhythm para sa Blue Pandas, and then Jarvis Mari just went out and did this thing.
JBU started it by letting that defense extend because of his three-point shooting. And once that defense extended, Jarvis Mari was free to do whatever he wanted inside. And last year, you already saw Grant Aaron C was there, Hung Tachi was still there. Those are the bigs of UNO High School. But now that they've graduated, it's the Jarvis Mari show.
That's the beauty of amateur basketball, varsity basketball. You see the next man up developing para sa kani-kanilang mga koponan. And you see here for UNO High School, this is what's happening for the Blue Pandas. These guys stepping up to the plate. And this guy has certainly showed us some great improvement. JBU, siya naman ang pupuntos dito para sa UNO High School.
And that was off of a block. The 7th block of Jarvis Mari just went coast to coast was JBU.
26 na ang abante dito ng UNO High School. That's a warm-up jumper para kay Kenzo Centeno, but he misses from the baseline. UNO can't stop putting their foot on the pedal here. They're really trying to get inside and get Mari to milk his matchup against whoever is guarding him.
Well, that time Trevor Kwan holding his ground, triggering that fast break. Now a foul is going to be called.
This is our fast break of the quarter. Driving to the basket na parang naka-BYD. Get yours at Hexagon Motors BYD Valenzuela.
And that was against Trevor Kwan. Did not want to give up that 4th foul, obviously, for Trevor Kwan. He did play honest defense, but did not matter against that hard-driving JBU.
But Coach, Trevor Kwan has been inside the court the whole 4 minutes of this 3rd quarter, but the lead of UNO has only gotten larger.
He hasn't been getting those touches. We talked about it. We want to be able to see him get those touches as well so that he can work his magic.
Interior defense has been seemingly absent as well. Trevor Kwan inside, but there is that fear of getting that 4th personal foul, as we've been mentioning the entire game ever since he picked up foul number 3 in that 2nd quarter. A steal for JBU. That's a push from behind. Dan Nang will commit that personal, and that's 2 more free throws coming up for JB.
It's just too easy. They're able to get their fast break attack going, talking about itong Uno High School, and you see there Eric Lin just going downhill, wide open underneath.
You know, Coach RJ Guevara really trying his best to motivate his guys. He's giving tough love to his 5 on the floor, his guys on the bench. But somehow it hasn't translated to positive things yet for the Spartans.
And again, to give credit to Uno High School, their offense, just a well-oiled machine at this point. Parang yung first game nila nung Thursday was just a barometer of what they can really do. And in this game, they are showcasing the stuff that they are made of.
Well, you know, like I mentioned earlier in the first half, Uno High School has a rich tradition of really notable basketball alumni. You got guys like Gilbert Lau coming from this program. Paul Du, former UP Fighting Maroon, has also come from these ranks. I also got to mention Isaac Lim, who was a legend for Uno High School, racking up triple-doubles, quadruple-doubles during his time with the Blue Bandas. And these guys are trying their best to follow in their footsteps and hopefully also make a career for themselves in the collegiate ranks.
That's something that we would love to see. Because, you know, I've had that conversation with some of the coaches here sa Qingyin, and they mentioned na minsan talaga gusto na lang mag-aral after high school.
Tingnan muna natin itong defensive play of the quarter. Defense at attack, build the right solution for professional builders. But one thing that's for sure you can expect from the guys that come out of these schools, the members ng PCYAA, you know, they come out as better individuals, gaya nga ng sinabi ng ating pre-game speeches sa ating opening ceremonies, which by the way was such an amazing opening ceremonies na kinonduct ng ating PCYAA Management Committee.
It's just not sports, it's also building better people, better the character building. It's just right there para dito sa PCYAA.
Coach Nasher Sella was the guest speaker before we opened our tournament kanina during our opening ceremonies, and usually the guest speaker, he talks to the players only, but kanina Coach Nas, he addressed everybody here in the building. He addressed the parents, school officials, aside from the players, and he told everyone to enjoy the process, to trust the process, and to make sure that you go through the process, because this is how you are going to reach your goals.
There you go. No doubt, ang aking kasama, si Javi, listening intently. Mukhang that hit something in you, Javi.
No doubt, no doubt. You know,
doubt.
When someone like Coach Nash Rosella is invited to speak, you listen.
You listen, indeed.
It's 65-34 here. This lead has grown into exponential amounts here in the third quarter. Uno has definitely just dominated itong Grace Christian College here in the third quarter. Grace only limited to just 5 points here in quarter number 3, Coach Anton.
19-5 run here in the third for Uno High School. They've carried over that momentum from the first half. That confidence has grown for their side, and they're not looking back.
And if you're a fan, if you're a supporter of Grace, who did not win any games last year, they finished dead last in the tournament in PCYAA Season 12, you were already having some signs of hope. You were feeling those signs of hope in that second quarter when Grace got to within 3 points.
That was the closest, like what we talked about during that second quarter. They were down by 13. It was the 20-7 to end that first quarter. Hanggat sa humabol itong Grace Christian College.
Basket's good.
And you could see despite the bench stepping up for Uno High School, maganda rin naman yung naging sagot nitong Grace Christian College as we take a look first at this three-point shot brought to us by Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. Uno High School has had a bevy of those in this game, Coach Anton.
And so far, itong Uno High School, 4 out of 14 from the three-point area. They're just enjoying this game, I would say. The way they're playing, they're very relaxed, they're very calm, executing their offense down to a T.
I think that's a very lovely way to put it. That is definitely a very good observation because you could see, especially you, Coach, you know, you've been in the business for quite some time. You know pag uptight yung laro ng mga bata. You'd like to thank Spalding, the official ball of PCYAA Season 13. 68-37, Trevor Kwan, can he get himself going here off the back? No good. He's got 9 points in this game. Only 3 points so far here in the second half for Grace's main man, Chua, from the right elbow. That's no good. Rebound taken down here by Tan. To, the drop pass. Ball fake, the floater, wala pa rin. Ang daming beses na talagang linuluwa yung tira ng Spartan sa laro na to, Coach.
And they're already inside, talking about that attack or that floater by Kid, just unable to finish. And this is the time where Trevor Kwan should make his presence felt because Jarvis Mary sitting on the bench.
It looks like a lot of the bench guys haven't fielded in here by Coach Matt. Talking about the Blue Pandas. In fact, these are all bench guys on the floor for Uno High School.
Getting their reps in, getting that game speed experience.
Ivan Polkay, the main rotation player on the floor right now to lead the Blue Pandas. They're going up against the zone of the Spartans. Kai does it settle for the three. Takes the shot, hand in the face, that one's short. Rebound pulled down by Kwan. Rebound number 9 in this game para sa kanya. Nearing a double-double. Ito si Trevor. Still a large lead in front of them. Talking about the Spartans, 68-37. A minute 35 remaining here in the third quarter. This is only the first game of our Saturday triple header dito sa PCYAA Season 13. We still got 2 more games. After this, we have Pace going up against St. Stephen at 2:30 right after this one. And then we have the three-peat seeking MGC going up against Jubilee in our main game at 4.
That's a rematch of last year's finals, ang ating third game. The New Lifers versus the Pacers.
Tingnan natin itong incursion sa loob. Once again, getting his own miss, Trevor Kwan.
At double performance now for Trevor Kwan after that offensive rebound and the stick back.
68-39, a minute and change remaining here in the third quarter. Good-sized crowd here for our first game, by the way. Kung wala kayong ginagawa, if you are fans, if you are alumni of any of the schools participating in our games today, join us here sa Uno High School at the Don Domingo U2 Gym. At panigurado, hindi kayo magsisisi dahil komportable, malamig.
May pagkain.
May pagkain, yes.
Yung siomay.
Oh, masarap yung siomay,
Masarap
pati yung
yung
sisig.
siomay,
Hindi lang siomay, may sisig, may mini pizza.
May Hungarian sausage.
Tama.
Daming
choices. Tsaka may booth pa ang EO sa baba. Ang Executive Optical may booth sa baba.
Meron na.
Meron.
Kailangan ko yata pumunta. Hindi ko nakita eh. Hindi ko nakita. Sorry, EO. Let me go and drop by para pa-check nga. Buti pa itong kasama ko siya. Talagang malinaw ang mata. Hindi nakasalamin. Nakita niya yun. Nakalain mo ako. Grabe.
That's something you have to check out.
Gotta
EO,
check
one
that
of our sponsors for Season 13. 8 seconds left here in the third. Kwan spins to the left, floats it up, gets the bounce after a couple. That's going to be the last basket of the third quarter. A lot of frustration on the face of Trevor Con despite that made basket. His team down by so much still here against Uno High School, who are gunning for their second win already this season after that overtime victory against Pace last January 15. This guy, Jarvis Matty, has been nothing short of amazing, Coach Anton.
Just a whole lot of Jarvis Mary, and then his teammates, of course. Nakakahawa yung ganong energy na pinapakita ni Jarvis Mary. Pero ito, Trevor Kuan, trying to will his team back into this ball game as per usual.
Let's see if there is still some fight left here in the Spartans, down by 25 as we enter the fourth and final frame.
Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. Gawang Pinoy, sikat Pinoy.
Fourth quarter now underway between the Grace Christian College Spartans and the Uno High School Blue Pandas. This is Javi Palanya, joined by Coach Anton De Los Reyes. Glad to have you with us, to those watching on the PCYAA Facebook page. Kung wala rin naman kayong ginagawa, please join us here live at Uno High School, your hosts for PCYAA Season 13. Dito tayo sa Don Domingo YouTube Gym. It's only the first game. Grace down by 23 points. They opened up the fourth quarter with a basket. They had hoped to get back-to-back hits on that one. Unfortunately, Uno forces the stop.
You want to be able to play a near-perfect fourth quarter for you to come back in this ball game. Talking about Grace Christian College. Not impossible. Highly unlikely maybe, but this would take a miracle of epic proportions for them to get back in this game.
But you saw it happen, Coach, in that game last January 15, our first overtime game of the season, which one of our teams playing here in this game was a part of. Talking about the Uno High School Blue Pandas. They came back from, was it 23 points? 23 points down.
Yeah.
So that is not impossible. That is exactly the margin that Grace is trying to come back from. 68 to 45. Still a lot of time here on the clock. More than a minute gone by here in the fourth. Dan Nang, he has gone silent here in the second half. That shot did not hit anything on the rim. And therefore, mapipituhan lang. Shot clock violation itong Grace Christian College.
Took a little bit too much time to execute their offense. Talking about the Spartans. You like what Dan Nang did. He was able to get inside. He had a teammate, Jeremiah Gastador, on that right, or Jacob Dor rather, on that right corner. Could have given it up. On the other end, Eric Lin. All gas, no brakes, finishing.
Nothing to cushion the attack there on the side of Grace Christian. Laban dito sa Uno High School. The Blue Pandas, they just keep attacking and attacking. Take a look at this fast break of the game. Driving to the basket na parang naka-BYD. Get yours at Hexagon Motors, BYD Valenzuela. Kung ikaw ba naman naka-BYD ka, dire-diretso ka na lang.
Dire-diretso na. Wala nang tigil-tigil sa gas. Hindi mo na kailangan
mag-gas eh.
Yun. Balita ko, kukuha ka daw niyan.
Sana. I can only dream, hope, and pray. Grace Christian College, they opened up the fourth quarter with a basket to cut the lead down to 23 points, but the response of Uno High School has been great here, and they pushed the lead back up 72 to 45. Timeout muna tayo, brought to you by Hungry Paris. Taking a look at the huddle there of Coach RJ Guevara and the Grace Christian College Spartans, who are down by 27 points right now against the UNO High School Blue Pandas. That is a large lead to come back from, especially that we're now playing our final quarter of our first game ng ating Saturday triple header dito sa Don Domingo U2 Gym inside the UNO High School.
Di ka ba nahihirapan sa parking?
Di na ako nag-park, Coach.
Yun, pareho tayo eh.
I just took the train.
Yes, indeed. The more convenient way.
It is actually, you know.
You can always just, actually from anywhere, you can take the train and you'll be able to get here to UNO High School.
You know, I'm actually quite surprised at how much more convenient the train system has become.
Hey, imagine 3 more years from now how we're gonna be able to get from wherever we need.
Sana talaga.
Baka yung mga ligang kino-cover mo na sa outskirts ng Manila, pwede na mag-train, no?
Sana.
Papark ka na lang.
Ang hirap magkotse talaga.
Mahirap eh. Yung traffic, no? It wastes so much time.
So much time. Lim trying to break free of the defense. Trevor Kwan, by the way, he is playing with 3 personal fouls. He has been able to take care of those 3 personal fouls here in the second half. We're now here in the 4th quarter.
Okay, basketball gods, please do not take it against Javi Palanya, who just brought that up.
He's got a double-double right now, 15 points and 12 rebounds. Passes it off to the corner. Dan Nang, corner pocket 3 is no good. That one's short. They haven't been able to find the range from the outside. Only 1 of 11 from distance in this game. Hindi rin naman ganun karami yung naging conversions ng UNO High School. But the turnovers that they've been giving up, Coach, yun talaga naging problema ng Spartan sa laro na to.
I want to talk about the points of turnovers. UNO High School has scored 24 points out of the 23 turnovers that the Spartans have committed. And talking about the 3-point shooting, Grace has never been known to be that 3-point shooting kind of team. They like to attack the basket. They like to give it down low to Trevor Kwan.
And makikita mo naman yung ibang departments dito, Coach, you know. Obviously, the field goal shooting, that's been a really major part of their demise here in this game. We talked about the turnovers, but you can see in the rebounding department, they are almost at par with this taller UNO High School team.
Again, it's not a question of the rebounding. It's the question of the conversions. Sometimes you're able to execute the offense, but it's a different thing when you execute and you convert. Pwede nga na-execute mo yung play, pero hindi mo naman natapos, hindi mo na-finish. So that has been the case for the Spartans. It's not a question of the execution, it's the conversion that's having problems or giving them problems.
Yeah, you want to see the progress in the way that you've been playing from last year to this year, but at the end of the day, it's a game of making baskets.
Yep, putting that ball inside that hoop.
They couldn't get that one basket inside once again. They're now 18 out of 63 from the field, talking about the Spartans. That's below 29% in this game.
That's what we talked about. You get the stop, you get that possession, but on the other end, you're not able to execute, you're not able to convert. So yun lang, nasasayang lang. But they're gonna get there. I have a feeling that the progress, the improvement, I can see it from last year against with this Spartan squad ni Coach RJ Guevara.
You know, this is just the first game of the season at sinasabi naman parate sa depensa, walang malas sa depensa as long as the desire is there, as long as you put in the effort, the energy. That's travel, by the way. As long as you put the energy and the effort, the offense will follow. At yan naman parate ang sinasabi. This is what is happening to UNO High School in this game. What a drive right there and an offhand finish for Lin. Off-leg finish, by the way.
Eric Lin, again, going downhill and then finishing inside. Kanina pa yan, ginawa na rin niya earlier. Now he did it again. Britney Spears type of thing for Eric Lin.
Grabe yung mga reference mo, Coach, ha? Britney Spears, ha?
Yeah, oops, I did it again for Eric Lin.
Baka hindi na yan maintindihan ng mga bata ngayon, Coach.
Actually. Napaghalata yung edad ko eh.
Ako rin, hindi ko na rin kilala si Britney Spears, Coach.
Imposible. Batang-bata ka pa eh.
Kai gets the save. Step back. Foot on the line. He misses. Dan Nang saves it to the wrong guy. But he gets it back. Centeno will take the three. That one is way off the mark.
And that's, again, you get the stops, but you're unable to convert for the Spartans.
A little extended defense here for Grace Christian College. You know, all is not lost if they lose this first game, no matter what margin it is para sa kanila. There are really some positive things that they can build on, which we have yapped about, the whole coverage. And you know, this tournament format that we have for this season makes it possible for them to be able to have a better chance of reaching the playoff stage. Kaya lang, mas importante na talaga each and every game.
Yep, you gotta be able to find that rhythm early on. Diba? Para at least hindi ikaw yung nakahabol, and at the same time, yung fate mo hindi nakasalalay sa ibang team. Kumbaga, you have to be able to get those wins early for you to be able to control your fate, not let other teams decide that for you.
It's building habits for each of these squads. So we'd like to thank Spalding, the official ball of the PCYAA Season 13, made for the game. Anytime, anywhere, that's a travel. We're going to see a lot of that as the season progresses, for sure. This is really the time where players tend to make a lot of errors in their footwork.
And this is exactly where you should make them,
Yes.
the way I see it. You develop those good habits, you kind of polish your game. A bit raw, if you want to call it. But again, this is where you make those mistakes.
Chen finishes through the contact. Tough shot right there on the break.
You know why the crowd erupted on that shot by Hermes Chen?
Why?
He's only in 6th grade.
No way.
He is only in 6th grade. Only 12, 13 years old.
That's crazy.
Playing 18 under. That's why.
You can now play 18 under basketball even if you're just in the 6th grade. He's featured here in our fast break of the game. Driving to the basket na parang naka BYD. Get yours at Hexagon Motors, BYD Valenzuela. He's not even near to driving a car.
Hermes Chen, exactly. How do you like that luxury of a move?
Oh my goodness.
And speaking of luxury, that's the luxury Coach Matt has, fielding in his 6th grader.
Crazy how kids are developing nowadays. By the way, we also like to thank our Vital, our official purified drinking water.
Were you already hooping at 6th grade?
Oh yeah, I was. But I can tell I wasn't as good.
But I wouldn't be
as
playing,
these
right?
guys.
You wouldn't be playing
Yeah.
at 18 under
Yeah.
at 6th grade. That's the thing.
Hindi, kasi dati kasi, di ba, may elementary.
SBP,
Oh,
Pasarel.
SBB Pasarel. And then you would have elementary division, high school division, right?
Aspirants,
Aspirants,
and then
may mga
juniors,
ganyan.
yan.
But wow, I'm surprised that you could field in 6th graders in 18 under division basketball. That's crazy.
Again, that's Hermes Tyler Chen. Forgive us for mentioning his name over and over.
Yeah, we just are really
Amazed.
amazed by the phenomenon that is Hermes Tyler Chen. Kai swings it to Hermes. That's a travel. Laban kay Hermes. He wears the number 52. I'm sorry, I think I mentioned his name Chin earlier. It's Chen, by the way. Forgive me for that. 76-58. This lead has been maintained by Uno High School here in the 4th quarter. We're only a minute and 49 left here. Timeout muna brought to us by Hungry Paris.
Your bill, sir.
What? 14,000 pesos?
One for only, sir.
Price check or eyes check? Go to EO Executive Optical for expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear.
Order for more!
EO Executive Optical, love your eyes.
Ang buhay na maginhawa ay ang pagpili ng mabuti para sa kalikasan. Dahil 100% biodegradable packaging, siguradong walang bakas na maiiwan. Para sa malinis at ligtas na bukas.
Babalik ang inyong PCYAA Season 13. We had our opening ceremonies earlier. This is our first game of our Saturday triple header inside the Don Domingo U2 Gym. Sa loob po ng Uno High School. First game between the Uno High School Blue Pandas and the Grace Christian College Spartans, who are down by a really large margin right now. It seems that the Blue Pandas will be walking away with their second victory of the season here, Coach Anton.
Safe to say that they're just putting the finishing touches on this ball game. Talking about Uno High School. At para dito naman sa Spartans, you just want to be able to end on a good note in terms of your execution for it to be able to carry over on your next game.
One thing for sure that they have to deal with in their next practices leading up to their next game is the turnover story. They committed 26 turnovers in this game. Well, medyo tumaas na rin yung total for Uno High School, but that's only because they fielded in a lot of their bench players, especially those that don't really see a lot of action in the later parts of this game.
And pretty much itong five ng Grace Christian College, this is their starting five. So, understandable that yung turnover situation tataas din para sa Uno High School.
But certainly this is an experience that these guys from Uno High School also have to cherish. It's not every day that they get this opportunity to go up against the top caliber players of the opposing squads here in the PCYAA.
And it's actually the perfect time to kind of showcase their skills kay Coach Matt. Kasi Coach, ito yung first five ng kalaban pero I'm showing you what I'm made of. These are the things that I can do inside the court, and you could move up from where you are at the rotation.
Correct. Great way for you to elevate yourself in Coach Matthew's system. 41 seconds remaining in this game. Mumbai passes it out to Chen. One dribble pull-up is money para kay Chen.
And again, it's those things, those small things that you do inside the court during this time. Kahit na sabihin mong garbage time to, but you're still playing your heart out. That says a lot about your attitude and your character. And that's something that Coach Matt would love to see from his players.
I think a lot of people, they kind of take for granted yung quote-unquote garbage time na sinasabi, no?
May mga iba pa nga ayaw nang pumasok eh. I've seen that. That says a lot about your character, like what you mentioned.
This is where a lot of the players who previously, even in the professional ranks, Coach, this happens, and not just locally, even internationally in the NBA, it happens. Sometimes this is where you are noticed by your coaches.
It's like an audition, if you will.
You're right.
And whenever you have an audition, you have to put your best foot forward. So even if it's like what we're talking about, garbage time, you're down, you're up big, still go for it. You still have to play 100%.
No matter what the condition, ano? Enzo Centeno missing on his second free throw. He definitely has to work on those charity shots. He goes to the line a lot.
His second personal foul, first team foul.
We're talking about the free throw situation, 11 out of 20 para dito sa Grace Christian College. Habang itong Uno High School, the Blue Pandas naman, 15 out of 22. Just a shade under 70%.
Well, the Spartans able to cut this lead into half. The biggest lead of this game was 33, so kudos to them for that effort in trying to chop down at the advantage, but definitely a lot to work on para dito sa GCC Spartans. The second win of the season for your Uno High School Blue Pandas. Their defense fueling their offense. And wow, 4 guys in double figures in this game, Coach. But in the fourth quarter, ito si Trevor Kwan, he went to work for the Spartans.
Oh, he did go to work. He did try to capitalize on the absence of Jarvis. Jarvis marries ni Coach RJ.
Sabi ni Coach, kailangan ko ng isang tabong kape.
What he's going to do sa isang tabo na yun.
Matinding scouting ang gagawin ng Spartans mamaya, Coach. Kaya siguro isang tabong kape ang kailangan ni Coach RJ Guevara. There's gonna be a lot of film work for sure for these guys from the GCC. 78-61 ang ating final score. The first game of our Saturday triple header dito sa PCYAA.
Again, for this game, who else are we going to look for our best player of the game? The last game's best player of the game as well, Jarvis Tyler Mary, doing a yeoman's job both on offense and on defense. You see it again on full display in today's ball game as he's going to be crowned our best player of the game. You see him there, our PC personal collection. Best player of the game, Jarvis Tyler Mary, 24 points, 13 rebounds, 7 blocks. Congratulations, Jarvis Tyler Mary.
Oh, back-to-back best player of the game citations para kay Mary. We were actually thinking that he could have gone for a quadruple-double in this game. Well, almost got those in the turnover department, but anyway, he got his triple-double. Ito si Jarvis Mary, almost a triple-double rather, 24.7 rebounds and 7 blocks rather. Pace Academy will be going up next against St. Stephen para sa ating second game. We'll be right back dito sa PCYAA Season 13.
Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. Gawang Pinoy, sikat Pinoy.
Your bill, sir.
What? 40,000 pesos?
One for only, sir.
Price check or eyes check? Go to EO Executive Optical for expert eye care, state-of-the-art facilities, affordable eyewear.
Order for more!
EO Executive Optical, love your eyes.
Ang buhay na maginhawa ay ang pagpili ng mabuti para sa kalikasan. Dahil 100% biodegradable packaging, siguradong walang bakas na maiiwan para sa malinis at ligtas na bukas.
Mahinang timpla ng semento? May kapakang tiles? May leak at moisture? Basta construction problems. Magtanong para sigurado. Kasi may build right para diyan. May tagas? May tulo? May tumatagos? Basta waterproofing problems. Magtanong para sigurado. Kasi may build right para diyan.